Hello, my YouTube friends. This is John at Left-Handed Models, and this is my final on my second Formula One group build. And this group build is hosted by Tim of Box Stock Garage and Kyle of RKD Scaleworks. And this goes through the end of the Formula One season. And the kit was really nice. If you've watched my entry video, um, there was it had been opened and partially assembled, and I've unassembled it and redone it. And so we'll get to look and see how it is. This is my Williams FW07, and this would have been, oh, let's see, it said 1989, I think was when it was racing, and it's to me a kit. The only thing missing really from the kit, since it had been opened, was the driver. His helmet was there, and I noted on the last video that if I was going to display it, I had to remove his eyes, otherwise it looks really funny. And so I was able to get his eyes out and get the helmet all by itself. Now I attempted to put the decals on the helmet, and this is what it did immediately when I tried to take it off the paper. And I tried to see if I could go ahead and go work around that, and this started too, so I just won't use it. It'll be a white helmet. See, some of the green decals were the worst ones. The rest of them, I don't think I had any trouble with any of the others. Even now, this one, just a little chip off of it, and that it looks like the car is as it was after it was raced. This one came apart, and I was able to put it back together. But like this decal and any of these others, they were all fine. I'm real happy with the kit, except for that. The front tires had different wheels, and so they didn't fit. And so I had to make the axles. And what I did was took a piece of tubing that I had that was a tiny bit larger and cut it down, actually just filed it down to fit in the wheel. Oh, nope. And then I lost the wheel. And I'll pick that up right away so I can show you. And the part that goes into the suspension is a different size. And so I sized it, and I'm probably going to go ahead and glue these on so that I don't lose them. The wheels are steerable. In the entry or one of the updates, I noted the steel rod, and that's a tie rod, and it turned out really good. There were a bunch of pieces that were on the car that hadn't been painted, and so I took them off and painted them. The original seat belts were on the driver, and so I have some that I got on a decal sheet recently, and so I just used those. Now this turned out, this little ring here turned out really good for just painting it red because it was chrome. And in the original, you would see that these, wrong end, the headers were all in, they're four separate pieces, like they come off the tree. And I thought at first that would be a problem, but it wasn't. They would just fit all together like they're supposed to. They fit in the engine fine, and it is a Tamiya kit. The hoses for the oil cooler lines and the wires for the distributor were all still in the kit. Not a problem there. So very minimal painting. The engine went together. Everything went together good. You know, it's to me a kit, and even though it had been opened and partially assembled, for instance, these I'd pop those off to paint them because they hadn't been painted. I used Clay Regazzoni's number and name on the kit. This, now on my Indy cars, the tops are very problematic. On this one, it just pops down. I don't know if you can hear that click, but it just clicks into place like it's supposed to. The helmet is going to sit there, and I'm real happy with this kit. You know, I would recommend this, even though it's an older kit. I would recommend that you get either Indy decals or somebody else's decals for it because of these are pretty big pieces, and so when they start going, they're just gone. And yes, I could have painted it, but I didn't want to. I wanted it like as raced after the race. And you're going to get scratches and skinned up and stuff like that. So it's not too bad at all. Anyway, real happy with the build. Going to go on the shelf with my other builds for Indy cars and Formula One cars. And yes, they are different. And yes, they sit next to each other on the shelf. And so please give me a like and a subscribe if you would. And I build a little of everything, and this is one of them, and I'm real happy with it. And thank you for watching. My clicker quit working.